And welcome back to Today's Entrepreneurs. You are watching Koni from Koni Hospitality. Koni Kim, thank you again for joining us. There's so much to talk about with regard to your company, Koni Hospitality. You've done so much in the last 30 years. And today, you're just as busy, if not busier. Tell us about the state of Koni Hospitality today.
Well, Koni Hospitality is providing total soft goods solution to the guest rooms of the world. You know what that means? When you check in the hotel, you're going into your room, you open that door, you look into the hotel guest rooms, look at all the things that's made out of fabric that we design, manufacture, and even install draperies that when it comes in the fabric items.
That's all about you. That's right. I mean, it's, as you say, from the draperies to the bedding to the bathrooms. You do it all.
Yeah.
The only thing you don't do is the carpeting and the furniture, I think.
That's right,
Right.
lighting.
And the lighting. But everything else is Koni Hospitality.
Right.
So you have a brand. What is that brand exactly?
Well, Koni brand is an experience. It's not specifically a product, but we create an ambience that guests can enjoy. You know, 90 or maybe more than 90% of travelers travel with a sleep deprivation.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so what my job, our company's job, is to create that great night's sleep. And when you go in that, slipping into the bed after you're so tired, smells and the softness of a texture and the fabric that touches you, go, ah. And that's exactly what the brand is all about. It is the feed to your soul, to your spirit. And so tomorrow when you get up, you'll be refreshed and do the best job you can while you are in that city.
So you're really thinking about the customer, obviously, and their total comfort. So tell us more about the Koni brand with regard to the 4 principles of Koni brand. Because obviously one is comfort. What else?
Well, it is that, of course, we are designers, so it has to be aesthetically pleasing. So we have to design and making sure, oh, this is beautiful. And the second is, especially being in the hotel industry, it has to be functionally wonderful because it's guest touches it, gets feels it, and it has to be durable. But very importantly, that I'm always thinking about these wonderful housekeepers. They are the most respectable in my book because that without them, nobody can enjoy that wonderful guest rooms.
They work so hard, and I know that Koni Hospitality is keeping that in mind and making their job easier, right?
Exactly.
How?
Well, there are many, many products that we have designed to make their job easy. One good example is what I call as a sheet duvet. It's Koni sheet duvet is a combination of a triple sheeting and the conventional duvet. And it doesn't have to be tucked in, and it makes it less than half of the time what they will do a triple sheeting, but it's also very comfortable for the guests to free them from the little imprisonment that is coming into that.
They don't feel so tight
Right.
in the bed.
And the housekeepers don't have to bend down and back, you know, they're crunch their backs and trying to shove the things into it. And so, I mean, it's very small things, but it becomes a very big things. So I noticed and I just observe every single thing that goes into that, and so that makes the Koni brand a little different.
And it's also about the look of things, as you say, the aesthetic. And when we talk about the aesthetic, what makes you stand alone? Because I think you do, don't you, in the hospitality industry?
Right, the aesthetic really is all combination of this all. And we're eco-friendly and functional, operational, and the proportion of using different material and different combinations and the color combination, that all come through nature.
There you go. So it gets back to the aesthetics because you're about beautiful colors.
Right.
In addition to the comfort. And so you talk about nature. You get a lot of your ideas from nature, don't you, when it comes to colors?
Absolutely. That's the inspired by nature and branded beautifully is our tagline of a Koni brand. So I would say that, have you ever thought about looking at somewhere in the nature and say, oh my God, the color combination doesn't work? It doesn't happen, right?
That's a good point.
So my philosophy is that if you want to imitate somebody, why not imitate God? And
Who better?
That's right.
Now, you
And-
mentioned eco-friendly. I want to go back to that just for a moment here because people want to know that you're environmentally aware, which is so important.
Right.
So why do you feel so strongly about that?
Well, as I think about it all the time and I observe all the time, we are so privileged to live in this beautiful world now, but sometimes then we noticed some things that is not right. And like I was walking on a beach with my husband one time, we saw a big seal just dead. And then we found out that, when you're putting those plastic things in there, they think it's like a jellyfish. They would eat it and it blow up their stomach. And so those are things that really hits me in the heart. And then seeing that I look at my grandchildren, and then what is the next generation? We got to take care of this earth if we want to have the next generation have a great life.
Absolutely. So what are you doing to make your products eco-friendly?
Well, we are researching a lot of natural materials like modal, which is come from beechwood tree, and the modal rope and towels that we make as an example, if you plant it back into the earth, that it'll go back to the earth within 3 months.
There you go. That's a fantastic thing to be able to do. People need to know that. I think that's wonderful. Thank you so much. So now we know where Koni Hospitality is today. What about the future? I bet you have a lot of ideas up your sleeve. We'll come back with that right after this.